Day 3 of the walk, picking up where we left off yesterday, St Peter's Church, Middlewich Road, just outside of Crewe, near Leighton Hospital. So we're picking up from there and we are going to head across the fields straight away and head towards the village of Leighton itself. So, see you in a minute. So we're just walking through the fields now, heading towards Leighton. Most of today will be on pavements and roadways, but this is one of the only little bits that is going to be walking through fields. Now the fields are extremely wet, as you can imagine. A lot are still waterlogged. A lot of entryways that I've just walked through are very waterlogged, so I've had to just skate round them. But we're walking through now a couple of the fields. As you can see, weather is okay. No longer need the coat, so we can see the NSPCC t-shirt, and the reason why we're doing this charity walk, obviously to raise money for the NSPCC and via JCB. So not too long now until we get to the village of Leighton, and then we can just sort ourselves out a little bit and get ready for some road walking. So after walking through that field, I think a change of socks might be in order. Very muddy, very wet, and a lot of water that I couldn't get round, so I had to virtually wade my way through it. So socks are in need of a change. I have managed to get some spare ones in my bag this morning, so that was good luck. And then we'll change our boots as well. I brought some spare boots as well, so we'll change into our spare boots and get going again. So current situation, we're back moving again now. We've just dried out our feet. I had a microfiber towel in my bag, so we use that to dry out my feet from that very wet fields. And potentially that is the only bit of fields today, but we'll have to just see if we can deviate round some later on in the day. But we'll try and keep off the fields as much as we can, just because of how waterlogged they are. You could see there how we've managed to get in. Now, it was a good job we brought some spare boots. We've managed to get those on now, and we are back underway. Fresh socks, dry feet and some spare boots, and we're back on the way now, heading towards Leighton itself before we head further into Crewe and then out of Crewe the other way. So I'll see you in a minute. So a little bit of an update for you. We've walked through Leighton now, the village of Leighton. Got across the train bridge at Leighton. I've walked through the village of Moor Green, again gone across another train bridge, and we're now heading towards the A534, which will walk across a bridge to get over, and that leads us to the village of Haslington. So we're just on the outskirts of Haslington now. Bit of a footpath that we're going to walk through now to get to Haslington itself and across this bridge which goes across the dual carriageway, the A534. And from there we'll continue our day and head towards the finishing point, which is JCB World Logistics. It will actually be really nice to see another JCB factory at the end of today. It means that there's some progress. It's been a bit disappointing the first couple of days. You don't really feel like you're getting anywhere. You know in your head that you've got to visit 9 JCB factories and also the NSPCC Carroll House, but when you've only seen one in the first 3 days, it does start to get in your head a little bit. But by the end of today we'll see the JCB World Logistics site, which I've never been to, so we'll see that by the end of today. And then tomorrow we'll see the 2 factories in Cheadle and also the NSPCC Carroll House, which have invited me in to have perhaps a cup of tea with them and a biscuit. So that'll be nice to go see them at the NSPCC there. But currently walking down this bridle way now, heading towards Haslington. So I'll give you a little bit more of an update when we get there. So a little bit of an update for you. We're just leaving Haslington now, the village of Haslington, just north east of Crewe, and we're heading This is on the Crewe Road. We're heading down to a bit of a junction here on the Crewe Road, which leads us onto a bit of a farm track. And we follow that all the way into the village of Oakhanger, and then we cross over the M6 by a bit of a flyover bridge, and then we can crack on with the rest of it. Today's not been too bad weather-wise, no rain. It's actually perfect conditions, to be honest. It's mainly just been on foot, going through the fields, as you saw earlier in the video. Very, very boggy places. Some of the bridle ways that I've walked down have been extremely boggy as well, but try to miss most of the water and just watch where I stand and where I step. But we're making good progress, heading down, like I say, towards this Oakhanger now, and then towards the M6 flyover, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more of an update when we get towards Oakhanger. Now, to be honest, I was half expecting this road to be very, very stony and very bumpy, but it's actually a really, really well looked after road. Surprising. I thought with it going to farms mainly, it would be like any farm road or any farm track, but it's actually really, really well maintained. But sit rep on the ankle yesterday, obviously towards the back end of yesterday, I thought my ankle was hurting, but when I got home I found it was more my shin, so perhaps just shin splints. So that's given me a little bit of jip, probably because of a harder ground, because of all the paths and roads that we've had to walk on and miss for fields, because of the waterlogged fields. We've had to go around quite a few of them yesterday, and obviously the canal wasn't brilliant yesterday. It was very hard to walk on, not a very good path at the side of the canal. Well, there was no path at the side of the canal, so it's been a little bit harder on foot over the last couple of days, but a little bit of rest tonight, a little bit of rest last night, and we can go again. But we're heading down to Oakhanger now. This farm lane is actually quite long, really. It goes all the way down into Oakhanger, and then from there we go over the M6 bridge, as we were saying before. But not too much really to see around. You can see a couple of farmers' fields and a couple of farms coming up, but nothing too much exciting to see. So we'll get a bit more of an update when we get down to Oakhanger and see what there is around there. Just to give you a sense of how wet some of the fields are, some have decided to produce lakes or ponds. So very, very wet across fields, hence why we've tried to avoid fields. But shin splints are definitely getting worse as the day goes on. But hopefully we can find somewhere that we can sit down in a minute and have some dinner. So a little bit of an update for you. We're just sat literally on this grass verge on Oakhanger, and right next to the M6 bridge behind me. So we're going to cross over the M6 in a minute, and then we can start heading into Alsager. So we're not too far away really now from World Logistics. We're around about 2 hours probably away now. But we're going to stop and have some dinner, probably at Alsager. Currently, the shin splint is getting worse on my right leg, really, really nagging me now. And my right knee was playing up, so I've just put a knee brace on that. There's another reason for stopping here. And we'll just grab a quick bite to eat while we're here as well, out of the bag. And then we can crack on and find somewhere better to have some dinner at Alsager. And then the last push then to World Logistics. So hopefully we make it to Alsager within the next sort of half an hour, and then we can find somewhere to have dinner. If you can hear me, we're just heading over the M6 bridge now. Not the most favourite part of this. A bit shit scared of heights, to be honest. But yeah, just heading over the M6 bridge, and we should be heading into Alsager when we get to the other side. From there we can find somewhere to have a bit of dinner and a bit of a rest. before doing the last push onto JCB World Logistics. There it is, M6 complete. I was not looking forward to that, to be honest, but over and done. Now on to Alsager. So we're in Alsager now. We're just in Milton Park in Alsager, so I managed to find a bench in the park and we're going to have a sit down and a little bit of a breather, get some dinner in us, and then we can push on for a final bit to JCB World Logistics. So looking on the path going to JCB World Logistics, it's mainly road, not really any fields or anything like that, mainly bridle ways potentially, so we should be okay on the ground. I have managed to sort out the pain that I was getting in the right leg, so the shin splints are still there obviously, but I have got a knee brace which I've just put on that knee, which is helping a little bit to keep me moving. So the main aim of today is obviously to get to World Logistics, and then from there we can have a bit of a rest up tonight, get some heat on that shin, and hopefully get it sorted so that we can do tomorrow, which is the longest day actually. Tomorrow is 17 miles tomorrow. Starting to spit a little bit of rain now as I'm speaking, but 17 miles tomorrow from JCB World Logistics to JCB Cheadle. Going to be a long one tomorrow, but hopefully by the time this time tomorrow we'll be thinking a lot better and be looking towards a finish of this challenge. But day 3 going okay at the moment. Little last push to World Logistics in a second, but first some dinner. So we're just on Middlewich Road now. We've left Alsager behind us now and we're heading to the village of Torque, and then we'll walk through Torque and then across to JCB World Logistics. So we're nearly there, probably around about an hour now until the end of the day, but we're nearly there, we're getting there. Leg still holding up for now, very painful, the right leg is down the shin area there, but still keep going, just trying to plough on and get today done with, and then we can get some anti-inflammatories inside us tonight and rest up, get a hot water put on it and rest up with some heat to that area, and hopefully we can go again tomorrow. But we're around about, like I say, we're around about half an hour away from Torque, and then another half an hour until we get to World Logistics from there. So this lane itself goes straight down to Torque from Alsager, but it is a bit of a farm track. It's okay in areas and then it gets very potholy in some others, but we'll just miss avoiding those at the moment. Last thing we want is to twist our ankle at the last sort of stage of day 3. So about another half an hour to Torque, and then I'll give you a little update when we get there. So we've just finished walking down Middlewich Road. A lot of it is going up hills. Torque must obviously be a lot higher up than Alsager, I'm assuming. But we're now entering the village of Torque itself. Got to go down a couple of roads here and head out towards a little reservoir-y bit, which I'll video when I get there, and across the other side of there is JCB World Logistics. So I'll see you soon when I'm at this reservoir. So I've just crossed over the A34 Newcastle Road from Torque and we're heading towards this little reservoir. Got to go through this wood first to get to there, but it's Bath Pool, and that's about 5 or 10 minutes away really from JCB World Logistics, so we aren't too far away now from the finish. Currently, well, the weather's been grand all day to be honest for walking. Obviously the rain that's fell before has made these sort of tracks very slippy, but it has been a really good day for weather wise, and I'll just catch your breath a little bit, but overall it's been quite a difficult day, mainly trying to cope with injuries to the right side of my leg, my right leg, and also just trying to get to the end point today to try and heal up and go again tomorrow. It's definitely a challenge, yes, I will definitely say that, but hopefully when we get to World Logistics that will be the halfway point of the challenge. Tomorrow the longest day, and then I think after that it will probably be just adrenaline that gets me through to the end more than anything else. But get home tonight, rest up, and let's see how we get on. But first stop, JCB World Logistics. So we've now made it to Bathpool Country Park. It was a little bit sketchy coming down through those woods. It did go down on a bit of a hill. So we're going to see how easy it is now to get to JCB World Logistics. Hopefully it's just road walking again now. But you can see there a little reservoir through the trees. It's not much of a reservoir, but that is Bathpool Country Park. And now we're on the road to JCB World Logistics. Hopefully not far away. Hey everybody, we've made it to JCB World Logistics. You can see behind me the JCB World Logistics sign. We've made it. Day 3 now complete. Tomorrow's the biggest day. Today actually turned into be about a 16-mile day, so a little bit longer than the 15.6 I'd planned. But we're here, we're at the end. It's nice to actually see another JCB factory. It's been a while since the start, so now we get to see one every single day, and it's all progress. So I'll see you again tomorrow from here, starting again for day number 4.